So you've wondered where chord numbers come from. Where do these Roman numerals come from? Okay, for the 5 chord, the 1 chord, the 4 chord in different keys. Well, why is, if say we're in C major, why does the G chord, why is it called the 5? Why is the C chord called the 1? Why is the F chord, okay, called the 4 chord? Well, it has to do with the scale and the scale degrees of the key we are dealing with. So let's just stick with C major here. Let's draw our grand staff. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Okay, we call this scale degree 1. We call this scale degree 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we don't say 8, right, because it's a C again, so we call this a 1. D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. The corresponding scale degree goes with the Roman numerals, so this gets a 1, this gets a 2, it's minor in its natural form here as it occurs in the scale. This is a 3, okay, then starting with F4, 5, 6, 7 is diminished, that's where that little circle comes from, and then of course 1 again. And this is where chords get their names from. So we're talking about the triads that are built on top of each one of these, okay? This is what becomes, whoops, squeeze in the G there, the chords. And so when you hear somebody say a 5 chord, a 4 chord, a 2 chord, a 1 chord in a key, yes, this is what they're talking about. That comes from the scale. So you have to know scales, or you have to at least know scale degrees and understand how we number them, all right, in order to understand where these scales, where these different chord names come from. Let's do another popular key. So that's C major. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's do G major. Okay, let's put our key signature in here. So key signature for G major is 1 sharp there. All right, so let's stick with our grand staff. Oh, I forgot my bracket there. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. All right, so in G major here, we have, again, scale degrees. All right, so let's number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and again, we say 1 again. We don't say 8 because these are both G, right? G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, right? We added a sharp to our key signature to G, right? So then the Roman numerals, or the chord names that go with those scale degrees, correspond to the scale degree number. So we have 1. And these minor and major things always work out the same for major scales. I have to do minor scales in another video. Okay. 6, whoops, just 6, and then 7 ends up being diminished. Talk about that later. Okay. C, E, G, B, D, F, and then G, B, D. Okay. And so, when we're in G major, right, the D chord is the 5 chord. Okay. The C chord now becomes the 4 chord because we're in G major because it corresponds to scale degree, and the G is now 1. It's all according to the key we are in and how it sounds. Like why have these different chord names to begin with? Well, 5 to 1 has a certain sound. The full scope of all of that is probably a whole other video, all right? 4 to 1 has a certain sound. A 2, 5, 1 chord progression has a certain sound regardless of what key we are in. And so that's why we change the Roman numerals, okay? We change the chord numbers, the chord names, all right, to correspond with the scale degrees so that we understand the relationships. We can apply those no matter what key we're in. Okay, it makes it much easier, much more functional way to do music and play with others. Yes? Okay. So I mentioned a couple of things like how do we end up with minor and major? What do minors? What does a minor scale look like? And we will cover those in a future video, which I will put somewhere probably over on this side. I guess it could be this side. Probably put it over here somewhere. Okay. Thanks. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.